Good afternoon. Today's class we are going to learn about sustainability of development. So I hope dear students you all of you remember that whatever we learned since the last 2 years about the sustainability of development. So what is the meaning of sustainable of development? See, we knows that already you learned in the previous year also. So we are classified the natural resources, renewable and non-renewable. So this is one classification. So especially while using these non-renewable resources, so we should be very careful. We should be very careful in the sense, so we must meet our requires whatever, and even so we needs to be preserved those resources for our next generation also. So in this way if you are going to use, so then only, so this is actually used to called as a, so the sustainable development. That means we must use because to meet our requires, to fulfill our needs, so whatever it may be, so we must use to meet our requires, to fulfill our requires, and also we needs to be preserved for the coming generation. We needs to be preserved for the coming generation or next generation. So in this way we should utilize the natural resources, especially non-renewable resources. So now let us discuss about more on this topic. So dear students, so whichever it may be the country, when we are actually categorizing developed or developing or underdeveloped, so even the natural resources also influences, and even the role of the natural resources also very much important while deciding, while classifying like this developed development or underdeveloped like these countries. So on what basis? So how that respective countries or state, so they are able to utilize the available natural resources in their limits, and how they are going to preserve for the next generation the way of utilization of resources. That is very much important in the concept of, in this development. See, we would certainly like this level of development. So go up further or at least the maintained by future generations. So why? Suppose whatever is there, we are getting in the present days. If it is over, then what about tomorrow? And then what about the coming generation? So how they can sustain their life? So it's too difficult. So that's why. See, this is obviously desirable. This is obviously desirable. Understood now? This is obviously desirable. So, however, since the second half of the 12th century, a number of scientists have been warning that the present type and levels of development are not sustainable. So there are many scholars, there are many scientists, many scientists. So they are worried about the use of the resources. Why? Because no. So especially since the second half of the 20th century, are getting now. See the more number of scientists from the different part of the world. So I have been warning that. Why? Because the present type and even the levels also, and see according to them, so the present development are not sustainable. The present developments are not sustainable. Regarding this, let us discuss with example that's about the groundwater. So especially we are going to discuss with the groundwater level in India. See, a recent evidence suggested that the groundwater is under serious threat of overuse in many parts of our country. So the level of groundwater, ಸೊ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಸೊ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ಗಳಿದೆ. ಆ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ because of overuse of underground water in many parts of the country, so it is completely dangerous to our country. ಬರಡ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅಂತರ್ಜಲ ಬರಿದಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹಲವಾರು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಗಳು ಬರೀ ಯಾವುದೋ ಭಾರತದ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಭಾರತದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಅಂತರ್ಜಲದ ಮಟ್ಟ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕುಸಿತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಡೌನ್ ಡೇ ಬೈ ಡೇ. See, about 300 districts have reported a water level decline of over 4 meters during the past 20 years. Just you can imagine now. So, there are about 300 districts. 300 districts. So, the reported the level of the groundwater, so that's a decline of over 4 meters. Over 4 meters. So from past 20 years, ಕಳೆದ 20 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಸೊ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತರ್ಜಲದ ಮಟ್ಟ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕುಸಿದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸುಮಾರು ಭಾರತದ 300 ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 4 ಮೀಟರ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಅದು ಅಂತರ್ಜಲ ಕುಸಿದಿದೆ. See, nearly 1/3 of the country is overusing of their groundwater reserves. The 1/3 of the country. So why? Because of the overuse. ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಬೇಕಾಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು? ಯು ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ನೋಸ್ ದಟ್ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಟೌನ್ ನೀವು ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So if we go through that survey, then we are able to know that. So we people are utilizing in a proper manner the groundwater. There is no doubt. Already we are overusing. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ನೀರನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಬಳಸಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಳಸಬೇಕು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಅದರ ಅರಿವೇನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಬಿಡು. Even not only in our daily lives, because without water we cannot do any activities. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದಕ್ಕೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಿಗೂ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ನೀರು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನೀರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಕಾಂಟ್. ಬರೀ ಕುಡಿಯೋದಕ್ಕಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಫಾರ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್. ಸೊ ಇವನ್ ಇನ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಇವನ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ನೀರು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಹೇಳೋ ಯಾವುದು ಇಲ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಗಳು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನಮಗೆ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೈರಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಸರ್, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ಹಾಲೆ ಅಂತ. ಹಾಲ್ಗೂ ಸಹ ನೀರನ್ನು ಬೆರೆಸಿ ಕಳಿಸುವಂತ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ. ಸಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದಕ್ಕೂ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್ಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ನೇಚರ್, ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ human being, because only the human beings, the idiots, they are overutilize this groundwater and as well as the other natural resources also. Whether the plants, whether any other kind of wild animals, whether any other living organisms on this earth, they are going to overuse the water. No. ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಇರುವೆಯಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಸೊ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ ಬಳಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಬೇಕಾಬಿಟ್ಟಿ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಏಕೈಕ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್, ಸೊ ದ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇಂಜರಸ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಕ್ರೂರವಾದ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಕೆಟ್ಟದಾದಂತಹ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಅದು ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಅನಿಸ್ಬೋದು, sir, why sir, being a human beings you are saying like that, sir? Human beings are very dangerous animals in this world. And of course that is true, because of human beings, so all other remaining, all other the living beings are get disturbed. Even so we clear the forest. Deforestation, whether it is conducting by, whether it is done by any other living organisms, no. Overuse of water, overuse of, see, in the name of development, in the name of using the technology, we used to say we are launching many satellites, We are achieving scientifically, technologically, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಸೊ we completely polluted and then we make this earth, it is in dangerous condition. It is in endangered. So ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಒಬ್ಬನಿಂದ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, the all other, the rest of the all kinds of natural vegetations and then as well as the other wild animals and other living organisms, so they are in endangered. ಬಹಳ ಅಪಾಯಕಾರಿ ಸ್ಥಿತಿನಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಬಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಪಕ್ಷಿ ಸಸ್ಯ ಮರ ಗಿಡಗಳಿಂದ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ಅಪಾಯನೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. But because of human beings, so all other living beings are get affected in this world. So that's what I told. So human beings are. So once again, I would like to say, human beings are very dangerous animals in this world. There is no doubt. Only the human beings. See, in this case, because others they are not affected. So here, overuse of natural resource, overuse of then different kinds of pollutions, and then we are launching uncountable satellites. Okay, then how? What about the condition of the ozone layer? Ozone layer that is also completely day by day spoiling by human beings. See, in this case, dear students, so whatever is there, so I will come back to our main concept. See, here in India, the 1/3 of the country, the level of the groundwater that goes decline, so over 4 meters from past 20 years. Are you getting now? See, in another 25 years, there is no doubt the 60% of the country would be doing the same if the present way of using this resource continually. If you are going to continue in the same manner, if you are going to utilize in the same manner the groundwater or the available water resources, so there is no doubt, so within 25 years, that's enough. We are going to take another 25 years, so then about 60% of the country would be doing the same if the present way, if we are continuing. Are you getting now? ಇನ್ನು 25 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ನಾವು ಹೀಗೆ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ 25 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ನಂತರ ಹತ್ತತ್ರ 60% ನಾವು ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. See, groundwater overuse is particularly found in the agricultural prosperous. Especially, so wherever we see in the agricultural prosperous regions in our country, especially in Punjab and Western Uttar Pradesh. Western Uttar Pradesh. See, hard rock, plateau areas of central and south India. So these areas also affected by this, the overuse of groundwater. So where we can see, so particularly we are found in the overuse of this groundwater, especially agriculturally prosperous regions of Punjab and Western Uttar Pradesh, and even the hard rock plateau areas of central and south India. See, even the some coastal areas also, and the rapidly growing urban settlement also, because nowadays, so the in the name of development, in the name of economic development, so we are utilizing, we are not utilizing, we are overusing it, so each and everything. So now the condition, it is like that. It is a very essential to preserve for the next generation. So just you can think yourself. So if we are going to overuse the groundwater, so why groundwater is overused? That is also we needs to be think. That is also we needs to be thought. Groundwater ಯಾಕೆ ಅದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ overuse ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ there are many reasons are there. So you have to think. See, here can there be development without overuse? Iga, we need to extend our agricultural field or to grow more crops or to get higher amount of the yield, okay, by adopting the modern farming methods. So is there any way with whether is it possible to achieve the development without overuse of not only the water, any resources? No, but there is a way. But here what happened now, because of competition, and because of more than one important reason like in our country, so the population exploitation, the population exploitation. So ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ವಿಪರೀತವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. So to fulfill their requires, so they are doing in the name of development everything: urbanization, clearing forest, deforestation, overuse of groundwater, overuse of natural resources, and how we are suffering. So it is completely affected to human beings only. Then not only the human beings, it is going to be affected on the entire earth. See, we are the main reason. We are the main reason. See, dear students, actually groundwater is an example of renewable resources. But the thing is that even the water resources and the groundwater resources, now it's too difficult. See, these resources are replenished by nature as in the what we call case of crops and plants. However, even these resources may be overused. For example, in the case of groundwater, see, if we use more than what is being replenished by rain, then we would be overusing this resource. We would be overusing the resources. There is a limit. Of course, groundwater, it is actually one of the example for renewable resources only. But the thing is that the groundwater level is completely depend upon the rain. Okay, the rain is depend upon the nature and especially the plantations, the forest. So, if we are clearing the forest, so it's completely affecting throughout the environment and in the ecosystem also. What happened? So, because of the deforestation, we cannot get sufficient rain. Okay, if we are not getting sufficient rain, then how can we expect the storage or the level of the groundwater? So, see, these are all actually interdependent also. So, the non-renewable resources are those which will get exhausted after years of use. So, we have a fixed stock on earth which cannot be replenished. See, we do discover new resources also, and even by using the new technology, by using the new ideas and all. But the thing is that we may farm, but the thing is that so that is in the name of stock only. We may don't have that much of sufficient the technology to get utilized. For example, the amount of uranium which was found in the Ladakh. Of course, in Ladakh we found the amount of the uranium, but we don't have sufficient technology to get utilized in the present. Of course, it may used in the future days, and that is considered as a stock. Are you getting this, students? So that's why so sustainability of development it's very much required. So that means so we must use carefully in a proper manner to meet our present requests, and also dear students, so we need to be preserved for the coming generation or for our future generation. Otherwise, so one fine day the human beings are going to be get affected very badly, and even we cannot see the existence of the different living beings including the human beings. Are you getting now? So that's what it is very much important, that is about sustainability of development. Development should be there. There is a competition even because of the increasing the population, so even it is the responsibility of the government also to provide the basic needs for its citizens. There is no doubt, but to provide the basic needs or to compete with the other nations or to get more, I mean for more production of goods and services, if you are going to overuse all other natural resources and everything on this earth, and there is no doubt one day we are going to make empty, nothing is there, and that time we cannot expect, we cannot imagine the situation of our country, not only our country, even throughout the world, about the existence of human beings or living beings. So that's what, dear students, so please keep it in your mind. So while using resources we should be very careful. Already the scientists, they are warned, they are reported. So we are in endanger. If you are going to continue in the same manner, so one fine day we are going to suffer already we are suffering. When we are start to interfere with the nature, when we are disturbing the nature, so already we are suffering in a different way. Are you getting now? See, because of in the name of development, in the name of research, in the name of achievement between the different countries, you see that about the COVID-19 also, this also who are created, it is created by, and now who are suffering, and only that particular areas people or that particular regions, no, it is affected on all world. So that's what, so this is the best example to understand. So, and we needs to be maintained, and we needs to be follow the sustainability of development. So we should not think of everything on the base of development. So we should develop, we should get, we should develop. Then what kind of a development can be? And what about the next generation? And what are the remaining resources for them to sustain their life? So we needs to be, so all these things, dear students. So I hope you all of you understood the essence and the necessity, and even in this, we everyone they must be very careful about while using the resources, whatever it may be. So that's what. So we should use in a careful manner, in a proper manner, and we needs to be kept and preserved for next coming generation also. And by this we need try to achieve the development. So this is used to called as a sustainability of development. Thank you. Have a nice day.